Hey everybody, this is Reagan, your RV Traveler's Voice, and I'm coming to you here live in front of our 29 V-Bud, the Forest River by Wildwood 29 V-Bud. And we're going to give you just a quick tour of our 29 V-Bud and how we've used it over the last year and the upgrades that we've made to it. So I hope you'll enjoy this quick walk around, and don't hesitate to like it or ask any questions, and we'll try and get back to you when we can. So first, let me just give you a quick rundown of the specs of this Wildwood Forest River 29 V-Bud. It is about 38 feet tip to tail of the trailer, and has 2 ACs, and it's a 50 amp service. Overall, gross vehicle weight's around 9,600 pounds, fully loaded. We actually only run at about 8,600 pounds. I'm going to start with a walk around at the front of the trailer and show you one of our latest upgrades. Actually, we've had it for about 2,500 miles or so of towing, and this is the Pro Pride 3P pivot point projection hitch. A little bit different from other hitches. This is a weight distribution hitch as well as an anti-sway hitch. So that's been one of our important upgrades to the trailer as well. One of the things we actually did with this upgrade, we actually upgraded it, and you'll see here nice little measuring tape. This is a metallic and stick-on metallic tape measure to actually give us the height of our weight distribution jacks that we adjust each time that we set this trailer up. And rather than trying to pull out a tape measure each time to get the weight distribution hitch always to the same height, purchased some metallic tape, put it on the jacks, and it's worked great for us. So another upgrade that we purchased to help with I'll call it the bounce and movement of the trailer once we're parked, is these X-chocks. And these X-chocks placed here between the tires actually help manage and mitigate any of the back and forth rocking to and fro of the trailer as you move around in the trailer. So just a word or two about tires. We did upgrade our tires from the standard Castle Rock D-rated tires to the Goodyear Endurance E-rated tires. Now, we didn't do that until after about 5,500 miles. We picked up a nail in the Castle Rock tires, and we used that as an excuse to go ahead and just upgrade to a little bit stouter tire for this trailer. Now, one other item we did do when we first started out, and we've used it consistently for about the 7,500 miles we've traveled, are the tire pressure monitoring systems. And you can see the evidence of those right here on the valve stem of the tires. We use the valve stem mounted sensors from a Time8 Pro tire pressure monitoring system. The actual receiver is in the cab of the truck, and those sensors just screw onto the valve stem of the tires. Now, these sensors just help give us a little peace of mind as we're going down the road to see how the pressure is doing, how the heat is doing on each of the tires, and be kind of an early warning system for us if we do run over something and we start to lose pressure. It does not replace the normal safety walk around that I do before every trip, checking the actual physical pressure of the tire with my own gauge, as well as inspecting the tire for any signs of bumps or bulges or creases or any other foreign material, nails, etc. That have gotten into the tires and into the spares. So they're mainly just a set of peace of mind for us as we're traveling down the road, and they have served us well as well. Haven't had any problems with us, and give us good consistent readings on pressures as well as temperatures for these tires. So right here by the front steps, we have our mini outdoor kitchen. And one of the things you see here is this nice little spring rod. After the first trip of loading out this little mini fridge, when we arrived at our destination, actually everything in the fridge had pushed the door slightly open, and it had collected a lot of moisture. So this nice little tension spring rod keeps this door closed and keeps everything nice and tidy inside the fridge. One other item that we noticed shortly after we began using our outdoor griddle, which by the way, we love our outdoor griddle, from beef to bacon to waffles and pancakes, as well as chorizo and chicken. We cooked just about everything on this griddle. But what we found out was cooking on this griddle, particularly in the summertime, puts a lot of heat right into the trailer. So for a handy dandy $1 or $2, we purchased these aluminum lids at the dollar store. They sit nice and handy behind the griddle, and voila, keeps all the heat out, deflects it out, back out away from the trailer. So moving on around to the end of the trailer, a couple of things that we placed here were some cameras, some observation cameras as well as backup cameras. You see at the top of the trailer, right onto the Furion pre-wire, we installed the TIFO HD camera, and that's what we use for our rear view camera as we're going down the road. And then right here on the bumper, we place the second HD camera, and we switch over to that one and use that one to assist in backing into any of the campsites that we're at. Now while we're here, one other upgrade that we did here on the back of the trailer is kind of obscure and not that obvious. But most of you know this nice square tube can be used to store your stinky slinky or sewer hose. But what we found going down the road is this plastic cap tends to pop off, and you can see it's starting to work its way off. But this one is not going to come off anymore because we drilled a nice little hole here and installed a little cotter pin right there in the hole. Keeps it nice and tidy, keeps it safe, keeps the stinky slinky where it's supposed to be. So this next area is our front pass-through storage. Now I've opened it up here for you, and I've turned on the inside light that comes standard with this trailer. And so you can see our storage is pretty empty. We are unloaded, not ready to go camping. Usually this thing is chock full. But one of the things I wanted to figure out was how to keep my fishing poles in this storage without getting crunched with everything else. So you'll see I installed these nice little clips as well as a couple of eye bolts at the far end where I can easily slide my fishing rods and 2 fishing rods in and hold them nice and neatly up out of the way, keep them from getting crunched so they're ready to go fishing wherever I'm at. So upon immediately entering the 29 V-Bud, we found ourselves always wanting to get a few things fairly quickly, either on our way out or on our way back in. So we found this nifty little wire basket at Home Goods and mounted here, so we keep some of our bug spray, we keep the flashlights handy, some immediate items like handy wipes, Lysol, and of course we got to have the Purell. Now in addition to that, we wanted a nifty place to hang our keys and a few more flashlights and the ever-present masks during the COVID times. So we installed this nice little set of hooks here. They're actually velcroed to the wall here, so we didn't put another set of screws into the wall. So we're here in our main living area, and as you see it, as we pan around to the different areas, this is pretty much how we have it set up whenever we're at our campsite. We have the jackknife sofa here, and we've got ourselves a couple of nice little footstools there that double as handy storage, paper goods storage, as well as extra blanket storage. So those things work very well. In addition, underneath the jackknife sofa is a ton of other handy storage. Now these totes, they come standard as part of the 29 V-Bud, and of course we have to fill them up as well. So here in the kitchen area, it comes with a standard L-shaped kitchen sink, stove, oven, microwave, pretty standard, typical RV stuff here. A couple of things that we've done here is, first off, we found ourselves needing a little extra counter space, so we have this little portable folding table that we keep here most of the time. It's also known as a TV tray. One other upgrade that we did here is, as you can see here on the counter, we have the K-Cup coffee machine, a mainstay for us. And we want a handy way to store those K-Cups. So we got this little sliding tray off of Amazon, mounted underneath the counter, and it works very well. Now, one of the things we do when we travel, we put a little bungee right across here, keeps things from sliding out and getting out where they shouldn't while we're traveling. As well, want a nifty way to keep up with our spices, so we got these clear acrylic spice racks, and these are mounted with double stick tape right to the wall here, and they hold plenty of spices as well as our sweeteners for our coffee in the morning. So here at the refrigerator, a couple of things we did to make our life a lot more easy was we installed a wireless refrigerator and freezer thermometer. And this little display, which is magnetic, sticks just onto the outside of the fridge, picks up a couple of sensors. It's showing in our refrigerator it's 38 degrees and -1 in our freezer. So we got 2 thumbs up there. But let's take a look at what's actually sending those signals inside the refrigerator. We have a nice little sensor here that just clips on. And while we're here in the refrigerator, you'll see we do have these more spring rods. These spring rods help keep things steady in the refrigerator when we're traveling down the road, bumping up and down. And in the freezer, likewise, we have another sensor clipped there in the back as well to give us the good reading. Now, one of the things we want to make sure we do while we're traveling down the road is also make sure we close the handle on the refrigerator as well to keep it closed. So let's move on to the pantry area. Now, fortunately, the 29 V-Bud has a very large pantry. So plenty of room for food storage for us. And how we organize all this storage is through a lot of plastic totes. Those plastic totes all have their designated storage items, and it's easy to just take them in the house, load them up, bring the totes out, and pop them in to the appropriate place. We don't have too many totes on the top because we primarily use the top for bread and chips storage. Now here on the wall, back side of our door, we put in a couple of hooks to hold up our broom and Swiffer mop, as well as the Papa bag storage as well, all held on with double stick tape. So coming on down to the end of our trailer, to our bunk room here, we have a couple of upgrades I'd like to show you. First and foremost was this nifty wall light switch. Voila, without having to reach up and pop the lights on, we turn the light on with a wireless wall switch. Now I have an installation video that shows how we did that. We'll just give you a quick tour of what it looked like here in the trailer. We'll put the wireless switch here just inside the door so you don't have to fumble around, try and find these lights in the dark. And then up here in the ceiling, taking this light out from the ceiling, we put a little remote receiver for the dimmer as well. Now, a couple of other upgrades that we did here. You'll see here on this back door. This back door is actually our cargo door, but it doesn't come with any type of covering for this shaded window here. And when someone's sleeping in here, it can be a little bit bright. So my wife fixed up this nice little curtain to cover the window. Works great. And one other item we put in here, our handy dandy dustbuster. It makes it easy, convenient for us to pick up any loose crumbs and dirt that happen to get on the floor. So before we leave the kitchen area, you may have noticed that we have these wonderful little bungees hanging on the handles. Well, actually, these doors, they do snap open and closed, but things inside may tend to bump up against those and pop the doors open. So we just wrap the handles with a bungee before we hit the road. So turning around here to my right, the entertainment center. Now the trailer doesn't come with a TV. It wasn't part of our upgrade options, but we installed this 43-inch TV here right above the standard fireplace area as well. We mounted it directly. It has a backer wall place right behind here, and works great. So coming on down the hallway, we have what we call our wall of fame. We want to bring a little bit of our family with us all the time, even if they're not physically here in the trailer. So my wife picked up these frames from the dollar store, fairly inexpensive. We have them hung with double stick tape as well. And to help us out getting dressed in the morning as well, along the hall here, we installed this nice full-length mirror, lightweight as well, also held up with that same double stick tape. So moving on along to the bathroom, we have here a nice shower, but the shower head that we had in here that came standard just didn't put out a whole lot of water. So we swapped it out for this nice Oxygenics RV Spa shower head. I have a video on that as well on my RV Traveler's Voice webpage. So check that out if you want to see the details of how we install that. Now besides the shower, We also found a way to find a little bit more space here in the bathroom. Now, the bathroom comes standard with just the standard vanity and this one door, which we use for storing our towels. Now, they're pretty much crammed in there now. But we had down here at the bottom, it was just a blank access door. And so we popped the access door open by removing a few screws and built a nice little door here to make it easy access. And that's where we store a lot of our cleaning supplies as well. Now you can see as well around here further on this side of the wall, we have a nice huge medicine shampoo cabinet as well. To help organize it, we picked up a lot of these little trays at the dollar store as well. To help keep this closed as well, we also see these bungee cords. So wrapping up in the master bedroom, a couple of things we did here. One, obviously the TV. This is a 25-inch lightweight TV as well. We install the TV mount and we keep this here all the time. But as well, we found ourselves always looking for the remote, as well as looking for a place to put a nice little small DVD player. So we used another one of those acrylic spice racks to take care of that for us as well. You see here in the closet we have a nice little hanging shoe rack that helps us organize things, as well as we implemented a number of bins here on this closet shelves to help organize a lot of our clothes, as well as emergency supplies, first aid kit, etc. Now, one other thing you've noticed, I do have one light on here. This light as well, as I mentioned in the back of the trailer with our wireless wall switch. I put a wireless wall switch here as well that controls this one light again, so we don't have to fumble around, try and find these overhead lights coming into a room, a dark room as well. So from the other side of the bedroom, we're going to take a look at another very important upgrade, and that was our mattress. We quickly swapped out the 6-inch cardboard feeling mattress with this nice 10-inch Brooklyn Bedding iChill memory foam mattress. Works great for us. One of the things we also found is it's nice having this overhead here, but we found often when we were getting up from bed or leaning up in bed, we were always bumping our head on this corner. So nice little set of styrofoam pipe insulation from the hardware store. It already comes with its sides with adhesive on it. It was an easy fix and no longer getting a headache on this nice little headache rack. And the final upgrade that we did in here is we put in a little bit more storage in these closets. These closets basically just came with the hanging rod. And so to take advantage of this empty space here at the top, we just installed a nice little shelf there. Gives us a little bit more space in the closet area. So that's a wrap on our Wildwood by Forest River 29 V-Bud, the quick and dirty tour after the first year of touring with our trailer. And also I wanted to let you know, we've just kind of referred it as the 29 V-Bud, but we've affectionately named our travel trailer Ethel. And of course, our tow vehicle is affectionately known as Fred. So Fred and Ethel have wandered around with us for this first year, and we're looking for many more years to come of good times traveling out on the road. And again, hope you've enjoyed this video. This is your RV Traveler's Voice, and until next time, have a good day.